Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be specifically talking more so about the wildfires that have been going on in California and the new and upcoming system that is actually currently ongoing in Texas, which is a huge snowstorm which will make its way across the majority of the US. So let's hop into it. So first, starting off with the wildfires, Canada has probably seen some of the worst wildfires in history, if I'm being honest. Um, it's not been great. If anything, this is probably one of the worst fires that has ever gone on. And apparently, so just finding this out while looking at this, there was an air tactical incident near the Palisades fire, which could have possibly killed someone or something went on there. I don't quite know this yet. I'm actually going to do some research here in a second to see what could possibly be going on. Once again, I have no clue, but there's a lot going on right now. As you can see, a lot of these helicopters that are over California, specifically these areas, are fire department vehicles, well, helicopters and planes. There's a lot of these planes that are here to help put out the fire with these water sources, these reservoirs here, and using this across these areas to hopefully put out the fire. But so far, it's been pretty unsuccessful. A lot of apparently incidents have gone on that I wasn't aware of. Um, so apparently, air tactical issue. This could have been a plane crash. This could have been just a failure. Something failed, and something happened. I will look more into that later on. But right now, 29,000 acres burned. Uh, that is actually quite the large amount. This is, I assume, what is all put out fire or not active fire, but definitely a huge area of Malibu. Because a lot of these are homes, these are streets right here, and it's just gone right through these streets and burned everything. So this is probably happened a couple days ago, I assume by now, but this fire is still going to continue to spread. Very, very active still. It is going to continue to be active in certain spots. Thankfully, right now, it looks like this is not the major concern, surprisingly, even though this has burned the most amount. Uh, Thankfully, most of it went over a ton of canyons, but still did wreck a lot of homes, as you can see here. These are all homes that were most likely destroyed by the fire. Um, Roughly over 1,000 structures destroyed so far. This is one that actually came up last night. This is the Sunset Fire. I can't find the Hollywood sign. I know it's somewhere around here. I gotta also research more into that. Um, the good thing with this fire, if there's anything good from it, is they have a really good water supply right here, the Hollywood Reservoir, which is another very, very good instance of good luck, I guess, even though this is obviously really, really bad. Um, a lot of these still they don't know what caused them or haven't released it yet to the public to know, but very, very dangerous and scary situation and sad, devastating in some spots. Thankfully, this fire has not moved very much because this is going right into Hollywood Boulevard. If it would have, Hollywood Boulevard is right here, and the fire definitely has burned a couple houses, which surprisingly as it sounds is very, very good that it only burned a few so far that we are aware of. In fact, the fire, as of currently, there's not been much talk of it, so it's either been covered really well or not the main topic of discussion right now. The main fire that I think is causing the most amount of damage, and currently as we speak, to a place called Mount Wilson, which is major for several reasons, telecommunications and stuff like that there. Um, this fire has expanded rapidly, and this map is way out of date, I assume. because right now I think the fire's all the way up into Mount Wilson, so at least it's gone this much extra, which is probably another couple thousand acres. In other directions, it could still be moving. We just don't know. There are going to be flare-ups because of structures that have already been on fire, the embers catching back on fire, and it's just going to be a long process. What is really cool about this specific map is how well detailed it is. They even have it down all the way to where it crossed the road and went down. You can see the exact paths on how it took to get to places, and this just shows the luck there is with this. Shockingly, this thing burned into a golf course, and this is a very, very narrow area. And most likely this is because there's a lot of shrubbery and trees there that it can, go onto. But um, this thing could have taken paths, and it still possibly could, where it goes inland more towards those houses and causes major disasters. So, in some scenarios, this is a better scenario with it just burning through the golf course than burning a lot of homes. And the same sort of thing happened over here. It's mainly because of there being a lot more trees in these areas than houses. So, like, for instance, here, this is just open field, so it's going to be able to burn a lot more than having to burn through roads and houses and get through blocks where those firefighters have really, really good hands on the fire. But lots of structures. There have been 5 fatalities already recorded, and this, keep in mind, this number is going to probably go way up in the future once they are able to actually manage to see things better than what it is right now. Like, everything's still covered in the smoke, um, and this is going to sound really cruel, but that's with them finding the bodies. If they can't find the bodies because some of them are probably so badly burned, it's just not going to be possible to count for possibly another month or so, even more. There's going to be probably a lot of missing reports because of this wildfire. It's going to take a long time for these wildfires to actually, I don't know, like, fully be able to see all of the lives that were lost, because it burned over such a big area, and especially the Palisades, it burned lots and lots of streets. These are all houses, each row roughly 2, 4, 6, 8, we'll say like 20 houses per row. This destroyed right here alone probably a couple hundred or more structures in this area. And the people who stayed back for some reason to defend their house or whatever, if they can get out of there, it's really bad. Um, Heartbreaking images of dogs and cats being left behind, and animal shelters being overworked because of it. All sorts of horrible things have gone on here, so definitely pay attention to this if it's coming near you, because already 5 deaths, that's without them being able to see basically anything in some of these areas. So definitely get out if you're in an evacuation zone. And I can actually hopefully pull that up. I can't, I don't think, but I can pull up red flag warnings for tomorrow and possibly later tonight. They have red flag warnings all the way from basically Los Padres National Forest all the way down to the Mexican border. So pretty widespread area for wildfires to break out. Obviously, the main concern is Los Angeles, as these wildfires are literally burning on every single side of it besides the southern side. So it hasn't been good so far, but thankfully the winds will probably die down by tomorrow for a little bit. Still got some high wind warnings, I think, in South California, which is not going to help anything. As you can see, yeah, here are the peak wind gusts possible through Friday, so tomorrow could be bad again. But looking on the bright side of things, let me look 1 second. Am I in the right area? Yeah, I am. Los Angeles, right here. Yeah, looking on the bright side of things, it's only 2 more days, but more wildfires could break out. This just, I don't know. There's nothing really great about this. Air quality is tanked. These wildfires have definitely killed more than 10 people by now. Just, it's hard to find bodies and stuff like that when you can't see anything. Burned over 1,000 structures, probably caused, well, has caused millions upon millions of dollars in damages. Because remember, Los Angeles, some of the areas that burned were actually the villas, and the villas are not, like, I don't know, inexpensive houses. So it's not great that to see all of these villas also being burned. Obviously, lives are just as important as the non-rich there. So lives are the most important thing, and thankfully, a lot of people are getting out or did get out. So yeah, the peak wind gusts through Friday, right around LA. San Bernardino's 22. In some of these valleys where it can get down, wind gusts will be up to, once again, like 60 to 70, and it's not going to be good. But once Friday is over with, Friday evening, it should start to die down, or Friday in the morning. Still don't know quite yet. Should start to die down. Another really bad sign is the fact that these storms only have 8% humidity. This is the lowest humidity, but still, it's really dry no matter what. I'm seeing 8s right around San Bernardino, 10% in Riverside, uh, Irvine, 12%. The closer you get to the sea, the better it is, but still, it's going to be really dry even if. Um, so, once again, not good. Right around 60 to 70 in LA. Palisades, it's roughly 70, 85, 70 to 85. I can't tell quite where it is, but somewhere in that region, so like 85 degrees. So still going to be very, very hot in some of these places, for sure. So definitely, um, it's just all great factors to make this a worst case scenario, and that's what really sucks right now about this. Um, so the air quality is one more thing I did want to look at. I'll do that really quick actually. Uh, for Cali. So the air quality map is a map that shows the air quality, obviously. We'll look mainly at the chart. A lot of these places you see are moderate. That's a little bit above normal. Central LA is awful right now. 187 AQI. That is enough of a parameter to label it unhealthy. 138, and I think that's in 6 hours. I think today's forecast. So that is so today's forecast for LA. Let me go back to that. So this is current. This was today's forecast was supposed to be 138, so it's already 50 above what it was supposed to be. And then 197 is predicted for tomorrow. So very, very horrible AQIs. Coachella right now, 174 AQI. The predicted was 88, and tomorrow they're predicting 38. This all depends on which way the smoke ends up going. Another thing I really did want to show you guys, if any of you are still watching this at this point in the video, is the satellite imagery. You can see these wildfires on the map. You can tell the Eaton fire has obviously grown in size. San Bernardino, well, not San Bernardino, the Palisades fire has, I feel like, lost some in comparison to the Eaton size. Still, this is all smoke that you see right here, obviously. It's a different color than what you would see from clouds. Clouds would be more like this. This is just straight smoke. It's sort of got a, like, tinge on it. And you can see on, where is it? Here, this map specifically, where the smoke is. So if you go to clouds on visible radar, visible satellite, sorry, you will see that this is smoke. And this smoke obviously has been going on for a couple days now. You can see where it's really started to, where it was really bad at. So when the fires first started, they were huge in size. They blew up big. Lots of smoke to be put off. So this is basically where all the smoke is. It's pluming over the Pacific, which is better than I guess it going inland, but still obviously not great for the ozone or anything like that. But it's just really neat to be able to see where the smoke is, just to be able to tell which wind direction's going, everything. I don't know. It's just a cool map in general, even at a really, really bad time. So, you can see here actually. Hang on. Never mind. Yeah, where the fire's been burning. So it's sort of going into Mount Wilson from a side now. Because you can see the smoke's here. So unless the winds are going out this way, but yeah, no matter what, Mount Wilson right now is basically getting engulfed by this wildfire, and it will continue to be. They're going to try and save as much as they can. There are people there that are trying to stop the wildfire from burning anything there. So, yeah, that's at least semi good news from all the bad. And even on infrared satellite, you can even see some of where the cloud, all the smoke is. It's a little bit of a lighter shade than anything else. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot of smoke going into the atmosphere, which isn't good. Um, so definitely not great times. Off of the topic of that, let's talk about the new winter storm that has actually already started in Texas, and is predicted to move into Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, and then move its way out to sea from South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia. This will be a pretty big system, especially for places right around here, um, really throughout, honestly, this whole region. Highlighted in pink, pretty big storm systems. Well, this pretty big snowstorm, I should say. Even got some ice going on here. We can actually look at live what it looks like. Um, Mixes all over the Dallas Fort Worth area. They're both currently sort of in the rain sleet mix area. This is most likely because of the cities being a little bit warmer. So, in the cities, they probably haven't seen much snow yet. I could be wrong, but that's what's forecasted. So, big system already started up. We actually have the back end of it basically right now over Amarillo. So, Amarillo's also getting to see some snow. Over here in El Paso and right on the border, they're actually seeing snowfall too, and pretty far inland actually. Gonna see snow throughout El Paso, um, which I guess isn't not expected because it's inland enough to where they get snowfall, but sort of cool to me. I actually went to El Paso this summer, so for being a really hot place, it actually sort of shocked me. But um, you can see where radar is a airport radar is picking up snow instead of rain, like the rest of this place. So there could be snow as far south as possibly San Antonio. We just wouldn't know it because this is an airport radar picking it up and not just a normal radar. So heavy snow already moving into Arkansas, Hot Springs, Little Rock. It's gonna start to become a big problem overnight there. As the system continues to move throughout the region. We could see some ice building on the back side of this, back near the Fort Worth area, and leaving Brownwood. Uh, and then this thing moves more to the east over the night and then into tomorrow. We could see snowfall totals way up there. So here's what the GFS model says. Obviously, it's already started, but it should be a little bit more accurate now. I waited to make this video till the last second because I was really, really interested in the wildfires and I did a lot of research into that. So, right now, this is actually in 6 hours from now. A lot of ice and snow. The snow starts to build. Arkansas is definitely going to be seeing the worst of this, especially right around Little Rock and Hot Springs, as they just get buried by heavy snow. And then on the backside, maybe some rain to accompany it, so it might not stick for very long. Then this thing moves over into Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee area. Missouri could also see, decent snowfall amounts, but it's nothing that's gonna cancel school unless you're farther south. Up there in Kansas City, there's a little chance you see some big time snow. The same with the rest of Missouri, but more so them than any other. Uh, the snow, the deepest snow is actually going to be moving right about into Tennessee, northern Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. And the snow will actually sort of make, supposedly, this is GFS model, connect accumulations with this other low pressure that is a lot, well, I wouldn't say a lot weaker, but uh, it'll definitely not as much precipitation and will actually bring snowfall to all the way up into Canada. Um, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan could see light snowfall totals, which could accumulate into 2 or 3 inches possibly over the course of Friday night into Saturday morning. Um, on the backside of this thing, as it starts to leave Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and Tennessee, there is ice and rain to be expected. And on the very backside of this, you can see there's rain, so it's sort of being forced out of there by a high pressure, um, or just moving along. This thing goes along, really doesn't do much, turns more into rain. The snowfall amounts don't accumulate as much in Virginia or any places here. Could still see probably widespread down here, 2 to 3 inches, and maybe an inch to a trace in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. Not Wisconsin, West Virginia. This thing moves out to sea, could bring little snowfall accumulations up there in Maine before this next system starts to settle in over here. Uh, this system's not going to be as bad. If anything, this is just like little snow totals and could bring lake effect snow for parts of the Great Lakes region, Lake Michigan and Lake Superior specifically. And wow, actually, never mind. This is different than the last run I saw. It has a major lake effect snow possible. Don't know how long this will last for. Let's see. Could last into roughly Thursday, starting Monday evening into Tuesday. So, couple days of lake effect snow possible into next week. Um, Now getting to this point in the model runs, it's probably not good. They're saying possibly another system comes through. What does that even say? Oh, 1000. Okay. This system, sort of being like the last one, except a little bit farther northern, could bring heavy snowfall once again to Missouri, Illinois, and parts of Kansas. Then moving into Indiana, Ohio, and West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Maryland, New Jersey, Delaware, before moving out and actually on this model becoming a huge snow system, dumping lots of snow in parts of northern Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and possibly northern New York. And then there we go with the lake effect snow again. Could see that on all of the Great Lakes at this time. This is way far out. This is 2 weeks from now. So that's basically everything. And then you see this huge snowstorm. This is highly unlikely, but if all models align, this could give us guidance into what we could possibly be seeing, but it's not going to be that strong. So, lots of active stuff going on. This is probably going to be one of the longest videos I think I've ever made. But I hope you guys followed along with me. These wildfires are serious, so take them with precaution. And I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Peace out.